Okay. Welcome to Shability Uganda e-learning, and my name is Nelson Bitswamba. And in today's video, we shall be looking at learning numerals. That is into bracket. It shall be whole numbers. Okay, and in learning these numerals, that means shall be looking at these whole numbers. Shall be able to understand what these numerals is, and particularly these whole numbers. We shall be looking at how do we form them, how do we come with that whole number. When they ask you questions on maybe give us the first numerals, from the second numerals, from the third numerals, the fourth numerals, how do we form these numerals? So first of all, we shall be able to understand the definition of numeracy itself. We also understand what we call numerals. Okay, we also understand also the formation of these numerals, and how do we grade them from the first to second to the third, or how do we form them. Alright, so this is my telephone number, and this is our email, that is elearning@shareability.net. Alright, so let's get started. As you are seeing, so we shall totally now be looking at what these whole numbers, because we can't look at numerals without whole numbers. Now our topic here is formation of numerals. Okay, number one, I said we should be able to understand what does it mean by these numbers. First of all, we can say a number is an idea of quality. Okay, when you talk about a number, it's just an idea of what? An idea of quality. E.g., we can say maybe how much is that number. Okay, we can ask ourselves in form of how much. So when you ask how much, that means you are also going to be dealing with numbers. When you ask yourself how many, okay, when you ask yourself how many, okay, then you are going to be dealing with what? With numbers. You may also ask yourself a question, how far. Okay, when you say how far, that you can also relate that one to what? To numbers. You can find the how far part when you are dealing with what? When you are dealing with numbers. For example, maybe distance. You can say how far from school to town, how far from school to home. Okay, so we are dealing with what you call numbers. So that's why we are able to define and say a number is just an idea of what? An idea of quality. Then we should also be able to understand what it means by a numeral. So when you talk about a numeral, what comes to your mind? So here we have been able to say that our numeral just represents what? It is just a symbol that is used. It is a symbol that is used. We are saying our numeral is just a symbol used to represent a what? To represent a number. So that means something that we have taken as of quality. Then we can be able to say it is that symbol which is represented. Like when they say write number 1, how can you know that that is number 1? You should be having something that is going to represent it, such that now you can be able to identify that a 1 is written like this. Maybe a 2 is written in this way. Maybe if this is a number, it should be written in this way. So that's why we are saying it is a symbol that is going to represent what? A number. So that's what we shall call what? Numerals. Also from numerals we come with a word called numeration. So numeration, yes, we have known what we call numerals. They are just symbols. Maybe a 1 simple, the symbols, maybe when we say a 1, it is represented in this way, and a 2 maybe is represented in this way, maybe 10, maybe 100 is represented in that way. So the way how we represent them, that's what we call numeration. If we represent a 1 in this form, then we shall say it is a numeration. So also now we have to understand that after we have represented these numbers, we should be able to understand how do we form these numbers. How do they come about? So for example, here we have what we call our 16 here, and they are telling us that 16 is formed by combining 1 and 6. Hope that is clear. That now for us to call 16 as a number, okay, number 16, like you always mention it, that is when you are able to combine our 1 and a 6, then it can be represented as what? As 16. So we can see that that is the one way that we are going to be using as far as forming what? As far as forming numerals. So in forming these numerals, that's when we shall now be combining numbers. Okay, that means we are going to be dealing with combining these numbers. Okay, we represent number 1, number 2, number 2. We show the way how they are represented. Then we say we have formed what? We have formed the numbers. Okay, as we also look here, we have another number which is given us here. There's a number given here. There's a number given here. Show you there is 3, 2, 7. Now here they are also telling us that for us to come up with a number of 3, 2, 7, that means this number is also formed from certain numbers. Okay, it is formed from it is formed by combining. We have a 3, we have a 2, we have a 7. So you can see that when you are given a certain number, that number is formed from different numbers for it to represent. Maybe 327 is formed from a 3, is formed from a 2. Okay, is formed from a 3, is formed from 2, is formed from 7. Then we shall be able now to learn how can we form different numbers, because we are going to meet a variety of questions and a variety of numbers, a variety of tricks that are asking about this formation of these numbers. They tell you maybe subtract the first number from the second or from the third, or arrange ascendingly, okay, or descending. So this is the topic that we shall be looking at, and be looking at such questions and answer them promptly. Be able to follow us as this is also part of our curriculum breakdown for primary 5 mathematics. So get started to attend these lessons with us because they are very, very important. We shall be explaining, learning more, and understanding. Alright, so we have so far looked at how these numbers come about and how they are always formed. So let's look at one example which is given. Okay, in this formation of these numbers, or these whole numbers, we look at questions like, they tell you that form, okay, they are going to tell you and say form any 4 numerals using all the digits. Okay, now they give you the digits. They say before they are called the numbers, then form what? Form these numerals. So these are the digits that have been given. We have been given digit 7 and digit 6 and digit 9. They want us to form how many? They want us to form the 4 numerals. So we shall now use our concept as we said up here, that when we have a 16, we saw that our 16 is formed from combining 1 and 6. Then we came up with 16. We also saw that we have a 3, 2, 7, which is also formed from combining a 3 as a digit, then 2 as a digit, then 7 as a digit. So finally they were able to come up with 3, 27. But now in our example here, which is given, for them they want us to form 4 numerals, 4 numbers that resembles that are like this. Okay, so here they have how many digits? 1, 2, 3. They have 3 digits. So they want us to form, here they were able only to form 1 numeral. Okay, so Now here we shall be able to form the four numerals. So how do we come about that? Okay, so let's pay some attention and we see how we are going to form the different numerals from this. Okay, so now we have been given our digits as what, as 7. Okay, we have been given our digits as 7. We have also have a 6. Okay, and we also have what, also have 9. So these are our digits which have been given to us. So they want us to form the four numerals. Okay, so we said the numerals, these are just a representation of what, the representation of this of numbers. Okay, so what we are going to do for us to be able to form the four numerals, number one, we should be able to say we now combine, because we said we are going to be combining these numbers to form what? We are going to be combining these numbers to form a numeral. Okay, so this is how they do it. Now, first of all, we should know that we have our 7, we have our 6, we have our 9. Those are the digits. So before they are digits, then we can combine them. So that means if we combine these numbers, we shall be having our 7. Okay, we shall also be having our 6. We shall also be having our what? Our 9. So we shall now say that this qualifies to be our first what? Our first numeral. Then we should also be able to come up with our second what? With our second numeral. Now, how do we get it? How do we get our second numeral? Now, for us to get our second numeral, remember these are still what? These are still digits, and we have taken our first digit to be 7, 6, and 9. So that means we make our second digit. Okay, we make our second digit. We write our second digit as first, then our third digit as second, then our first as the third digit. So this is how it is going to be. So we are going to write our 6. Okay, then we also write our 9. Okay, as our second digit. Then remember we are remaining now with our first digit, which is 7. Okay, so we can now say this is going to be our what? Our second digits. Then we should also be able to come up with another what? With another numeral. Then you can also look at this. We have our 9. Okay, we are going to make our third digit as first. Then if we make our first digit, our last digit as the first, how many digits are we remaining with? We are having a 7. Okay, having 7, and we have a 6. So you can now look at 6 and these as our what? As our digits. So now here we have been able to form how many? We have been able to form the 3 digits. So let's look at another what? At another digits. Okay, so how do we come up with another digits? Another digits, we shall be able to form our fourth digit as remember we have our 7 here, so we make our third digit as our second digit. So that means we shall be able to come up with a number like 7. Okay, a number like 7. Then our 7, we are going to make our third digit as the what? As the second. Okay, so we can say this is going to be 9. Then also our 6 is going to be our last what? Our last digit. Is that okay? So this is how we form the digits. This is how we form numerals from what? From digits. So because here they were able to say that we should form only and only 4, so that's why we can be able to stop here. But we can still form some more digits within our whatever. So we can also form another digit. We can say 6, 7, 9. Okay, do you have a 6, 7, 9? No. Right, so that one also can be our other digits, but because here they were able to say we should only form the 4 digits, so we can be able now to stop here. So finally here we shall have formed the numbers, I mean the numerals, within our digits that we are given, which is a 7, a 6, and 9. So now using that concept, we shall also meet questions where they may need us to arrange these digits in ascending. Okay, we shall also meet questions where they need us to solve maybe the sum of the first digit, okay, from the sum of the second digit. That's when if you arrange these digits in ascending order. They can also ask that one as a question. They tell you arrange the formation of these numerals in ascending order, or arrange in descending order. So that's how we are going to be looking at these numbers that are concerned with formation of digits and identifying the first, the second, the third, the fifth, up to what the question needs. All right, so let's also look at some other numbers. So we also have another number here, and this number we have been given a 2. This is our example 2. They are saying write the smallest numerals formed from the digits 3, 4, have a 4, then we also have a 7. So in ascending, they are saying these digits in ascending order. We have a 3, we have a 4, we have 7. So they talked about the smallest. So when they talk about the smallest, that means we need also to first identify these digits which are given. So that means this is going to be our first digit. Okay, we say our 3, we say our 4. We are now combining, and we say that is going to be our first numeral. What else? We are going to be having our 4, 7. Okay, then we also have our 3. That is another one. Then we shall also be having our 7. Okay, then 3, 4. Okay, that is also another digit. Then you can also have our 3, 7. Okay, and then we have our 3, 7, 4. So these are numerals that we have been able to form. So far we have formed 4, but they can be more than that. Then that means when they want the smallest, then you come and check out on this and see which one is the smallest. We have 347, 473, 7. Okay, then 374. So you look out in these digits and choose out which one is the smallest, then you write it. So that's why they are able to say therefore the smallest numeral here is 347. This one, okay, the one we have formed, it is the smallest numeral. So that's how we do form out numerals, and that's how we can come out with the smallest or the second or the third. Then we are also going to be looking at these operations. From this, they tell you find the sum of this, find the subtraction of the first sum from the second numeral, So that's how we are going to be dealing with them. So for this, let me stop here and say thank you very much for being part of this lesson. Please be able to check out for the recent lessons that you might have missed, and also please subscribe to get some more upcoming lessons for all the subjects. And this is going to help you and also help us to make the content and get aware. You can also comment in the comment section to present your idea on how we can make this better and how we can maybe repeat for you a certain session that you never understood. Thank you very much. Have a nice moment. God bless you.